another example of how, Florida brags about being a low tax state, but I would also argue that we're a low benefit state. And while Florida also brags that we are a state with no deficit, I would argue that our deficit shows up in some of these broken safety nets, and the fact that we have a wait list for people with disabilities that is 22,000 people long. Like, just another example of how sometimes our deficits don't show up in the traditional way, and they show up in regards to what expediency do we have in our state programs, what access services do we have, and what are those safety nets when folks do need assistance. So real quick, just baseline tax education. What can governments tax, right? So this is really important. All taxes flow from three bases: income, wealth, and sales. So income, as y'all know, because everyone pays a federal income tax if you do fit a certain criteria, includes taxes on personal income and corporate profits, as well as money earned through investments into things like stocks and real estate or capital gains. Income taxes are often seen as progressive because they're based upon how much money you make. Wealth can include things like property taxes, estate inheritance taxes, and taxes on other assets such as investment holdings, which is known as intangible property. Wealth taxes are, again, usually seen as progressive because they're based upon what is that level of wealth. And then sales. This is the, the everyday tax we see, especially in Florida. Sales tax includes taxes that are use taxes, gas taxes, excise taxes on things like alcohol, cigarettes, and real estate transfers, which is the document stamp tax, plus user fees like highway tolls. Those are pretty much like a different, it's called a fee, but it's also pretty much a tax, a sales tax. And sales tax are known as being regressive because they're not based on how much money you have. So for example, whether you are very wealthy or not very wealthy, when you're buying a product, you're both paying the same sales tax on it, regardless of how much money you have.